It's that time again to get the best deal in town on your fair tickets. Buy early and save big. Now through October 3rd at participating Save Mart supermarkets and Food Max locations. Get $2 off admission and up to $7 off unlimited carnival ride wristbands. Good for any one day of the fair.
Big savings!
The savings continue with discounted season passes available for just $28 at participating Central Valley O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. That's a $10 savings. Offer good now through October 3rd. Visit FresnoFair.com for details.
Big fun!
Save your family some big bucks at the Big Fresno Fair, October 4th through the 15th. Be a part of it all with carnival rides, your favorite fair food, and so much more. Buy your tickets now at the Fairgrounds box office, 650 Fair or FresnoFair.com.
Big Fresno Fair. Big times are back.
From AM 1680, The Answer, this is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza, the behind-the-scenes story of the business shakers and movers in the Valley and beyond. And now, here's your host, Lance Cardoza.
Good morning, everybody. How are you enjoying this weather in the Central Valley? Beautiful weather. Finally, it's cooling off a little bit. But coming up, this Saturday, it's going to heat up a little bit, and I just wanted to give a little plug here for our good friends, the Perez family, has a big boxing event. Big Al Entertainment has the big boxing event, and the fighters will be there next to the Selland Arena at Valdez Hall Saturday night. Doors open at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. It's bell time, and you have some championship boxing going on right there at the Valdez Hall, and the fighters will be there putting on a good boxing show for you. But talk about real fighters. I have some real fighters in the studio. And on October 1st, also downtown, Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California, will be hosting the 19th annual Race for the Cure, the Central Valley Race for the Cure at Chukchansi Park. And Susan G. Komen is near and dear to my heart. And it's bringing awareness to breast cancer, making sure people get their mammograms, and making sure that we also celebrate the ones that fought and lost that battle, and that survivor ceremony is very, very important to us. So Sunday, October 1st, will be the Race for the Cure. I have Sharon Johnson in studio. I also have Marianne and Lisa Thompson all in the studio right now getting ready to talk to us about Susan G. Komen's Race for the Cure. Sharon, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us, Lance.
Good. So Sharon, you have been involved with Komen for how long?
My first Race for the Cure was 2001. I got involved in 2003 and actually was employed in 2006.
So do you have a passion for this? And before we talk about your passion and why you're very intimately involved with it, with the Race for the Cure, Susan G. Komen, people don't know. They don't know what Susan G. Komen is all about. What is Susan G. Komen?
We are the largest breast cancer advocacy organization in the United States. And advocacy, support, we raise funds to make sure that everybody has access to a good breast cancer education, screening, and treatment. So we do that on a local level too. We service 29 counties now.
So the race raises funds for those different organizations that help with from screening assistance. What are the funds raised for that helps a local community?
Revenue from the race has funded grants from other nonprofits. It's a competitive request for proposals when they send in an application for services to benefit local women and or men. They are reviewed by a panel of peer grant reviewers. And, part of the revenue goes to them. And, with Director of Mission and Grants and what we're doing there and for advocacy, it helps fund those programs as well. Okay.
So it's very important then to support race. A lot of people say, are the funds staying here local? And that's a big part, even for me. You look at a nonprofit, is you want to, what's happening on a local level. And we talk about breast cancer and people with are getting universal health care and those type of deals. It hasn't become easier. I'm seeing more disparities and more issues around breast cancer and families that are sometimes you get decimated. I mean, the family gets devastated at times from a diagnosis.
They do. It's not just a disease of the survivor or the one that's fighting. It affects the entire family. And financially, it can be devastating.
So with Susan G. Komen, people can call your organization to look for assistance and help, some navigation to find out what to do. What do I do when this happens?
Definitely. And you said a key word as far as navigation, because some of those grants that we have that are available will be for certified navigation programs. That is to make sure that a patient goes through the continuum of care the proper way. So they educate, they help a patient be screened. If that screening happens to be abnormal, they guide that patient through the entire continuum, surgery and support thereafter.
Wow. So your passion behind this, and you were, when you got involved, there was a story you've told me before that there was someone, you went to a race. And tell me that story. You went to a race and you walked with someone.
I did. I had been diagnosed in 99 and participated in my first race in 2001. And it was there I met a young woman by the name of Diane, who was only 33 years old. She had metastatic breast cancer. She had it in her liver, her bones, in her brain. Unfortunately, after her double mastectomy, her husband left her with an 8-year-old daughter. But she also explained that when she found a lump in her breast, her doctor said, "You're way too young for breast cancer. Let's just hold off." Well, she did hold off because she went by the advice of her physician, and by the time she sought a second opinion, it had metastasized. So I knew her less than a year from the day I met her. And it was to her I made a promise to help advocate for any woman or man when they go to the doctor, they have something wrong, and they're told that it should be a wait process. It shouldn't be a wait process. And further steps should be taken to see what the diagnosis is.
And you have to take charge of your own health care, too. You have to go out and get that second opinion.
You do. And that's part of what we do, too. We empower women and men to take charge of their health, not to, if they have a feeling that something's wrong with their body, if they need a second opinion, don't be afraid to get one.
Perfect. So, Susan G. Komen, if someone out there right now, and there's someone that's listening on the radio that says, I need to talk to these people. I need to. How do they go about doing that?
Probably the easiest way is just to call us at 559-229-4255. That's locally. Or they could go to our website, KomenNCCalifornia.org.
So coming up on Sunday, October 1st, Chukchansi Park, downtown Fresno, the Central Valley Race for the Cure. And I call it like it's the pink sea. So downtown just gets invaded by this beautiful pink sea into the Green Cathedral is what they call it at Chukchansi Park. And it's a beautiful morning. The survivor ceremony is incredible. And what does it mean to you, Sharon? Because you've done these over the years. Every time that morning comes, is that the hurry up and wait, that calm before the storm. But what does it mean to you when you're there?
It's a highly emotional process for me. But I also know that there are so many women there that I have talked to throughout the year that inspire me the entire year. Many women that attend the survivor ceremony have not met another survivor. We have people that have met one another and become lifelong friends. So it's not just a ceremony. It is actually a fellowship and a sisterhood to celebrate.
You mentioned a few minutes ago men. So yes. Men can be diagnosed with breast cancer. And I know we, over the years, we heard Harold Kelly.
Yes.
And, he passed away. And it wasn't with breast cancer, but he was battling breast cancer or had got it taken care of. But I know he was an advocate. He went out and said, men, you have to if you feel a lump.
He was a great advocate. I'll never forget when he attended a Fresno State basketball game. And it was a paint-out type of game for the women, but they wanted him to speak before the men. So it was a sold-out house that day at the Save Mart Center, and he talked about his battle with breast cancer to educate other men.
And not afraid to go out there. And,
not embarrassed a bit.
And always was involved and always up there. He was a great guy. Lisa Thompson. Lisa, Race for the Cure Sunday, and we'll take a short break. When we come back, we want to talk about metastatic breast cancer. But before we do that, tell people how to get involved. We got just a couple minutes here. How do they get involved with Race? Do they have time still to put teams together?
Yes, if you'd like to form a team, teams close tomorrow online. Your only option now would be to register online. It closes at 11:59 p.m. And then as an individual, you have online until September 25th. No, I'm sorry, September 28th. And then postmark, if you do want to use a hard copy entry form, they need to be postmarked by September 25th.
Survivor ceremony. And the
Survivor
teams.
ceremony is actually at 8:30, and we ask all survivors to be seated in the designated area for survivors at 8:15, and then the walk will start the run first will start at 9:30 following the survivor ceremony, and then the walkers will start 5 minutes after that. Teams, we have team tailgate area. You do need to be a registered team of 10 or more, and you can contact us. You can give us the call at 559-229-4255 and ask for a tailgate application. We still have 5 of those available.
And the big event, it's going to be Sunday, October 1st, Chukchansi Park, the Central Valley Race for the Cure. It's coming up, Lisa.
Yes, it is.
What's that, 11 days? 11 days away?
Very close.
Yeah.
We're not counting.
It's getting
Yeah.
close.
So
you've got to get involved.
Yes.
Now's the time to do it. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Marianne. We're going to be talking about metastatic breast cancer. What is that? What does that mean? Also, from the Sacramento office in Sacramento, over the 29 counties, our executive director will be joining the program a little later, Kelly McMillan. We have a show talking about breast cancer awareness and talking about Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California. The big race for the cure is October 1st. You got to get involved. We'll be right back with Business Leaders Live.
It's professional boxing at the Valdez Hall next to the Cell Arena Saturday, September 23rd. The main event featuring Fresno's own Mike Ruiz Jr., ranked 13th by the North American Boxing Federation and North American Boxing Association, versus Jonathan Torres from Guadalajara, Jalisco. Also, 7 more exciting boxing matches featuring top-ranked Valley stars Joe Lopez and Isidro Ochoa, plus Fresno's best Hector Madera, Julia Lopez, Jose Leon, Jose Salinas, and Madera's own Jesus Sanchez. Special guests of honor, our own Valley Olympian Jose Ramirez, and 5-time world champion Timothy Bradley. Doors open at 6 p.m., showtime at 7 p.m. Tickets now on sale for the best seats available. Buy your tickets now at Cell Arena's box office and Ticketmaster. Come out and support our Valley Boxers. For more information, call 559-233-8803. It's all or nothing. It's todo or nada. Saturday, September 23rd at the Valdez Hall next to Cell Arena. Sponsored by Serrano's Furniture with 9 locations to serve you.
Tune in this Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. to Frontline Radio with Ben Berquam, your unashamed, unafraid political evangelist, exposing the left and mobilizing the right to stand in the Central Valley, across the state of California, and around the country. Christ, family, country. It's live. It's local. It's Frontline Radio with Ben Berquam on AM 1680. The Answer. Brought to you in part by Joe Sears, standing up for what's right in America.
Hello, television viewers in the San Joaquin Valley. Remember the good old days of live TV when anything could happen? Remember the best music of yesteryear like Count Basie, Tommy Dorsey, and Harry James? Remember those old-time TV programs like The Jack Benny Show, Burns and Allen, and The Bob Cummings Show? Mix it all up with live in-studio guests and taking phone calls from viewers just like you. What do you have? You have a show like no other in the country each week on KGMC Channel 43.5, Antenna TV, and Comcast Cable Channel 378. Tune your television sets at 7 p.m. every Saturday night for 6 hours of entertainment on the Flying Home with Ronnie Paul show. It's Flying Home with Ronnie Paul each Saturday night from 7 p.m. till 1 a.m. on KGMC Channel 43.5 and Comcast Cable 378.
The key to success? Keep it simple, especially when it comes to hiring the right people for your growing business. That means finding the right candidates with a powerful suite of tools. Tools that are easy to use and get the job done quickly. And nobody makes it easier than Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Simple. Set up screener questions to help you find more qualified candidates. Simple. Review applicants, take notes, and schedule interviews from a user-friendly dashboard on your phone, tablet, or desktop. Simple. Indeed is hiring made simple. And simple works. An independent study proves 5 times more hires are made through Indeed than any other job site. More hires than the rest combined. And right now we're giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job, boosting your listing in relevant search results and helping you find qualified candidates faster. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Chuck Woolery here. Did you know that many common prescription medications cause dry mouth? You know, that thirsty, dehydrated, sticky feeling? Most dry mouth rinses leave you with a bad aftertaste and bad breath. But my favorite mouthwash, Smart Mouth, has a new all-day clean breath formula for those of us with dry mouth. That means 24-hour clean, fresh breath with twice daily use and relief from nasty, stale dry mouth. Look for Smart Mouth Dry Mouth Formula with exclusive moisture lock technology in the purple and white dual pour bottle at Walmart.
Giving you the inside story of business leaders in the Valley and beyond. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Hello, everybody. You can join us here with Business Leaders each and every week, Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m., Business Leaders Live. And I have some leaders in this room because we all lead somebody. Somebody looks up to you and someone says they trust in what you say to them is gospel. And when we talk about getting your mammogram, and ladies that have gone through breast cancer, like Marianne in studio and also Sharon, that you tell other people you need to get checked. And it is important to get checked. Before we went to the break, we talked about metastatic breast cancer. And Sharon, what is metastatic breast cancer? And talk to us about how important it is to get checked, because early detection is key in this disease, correct?
It is. Metastatic breast cancer is where the cancer spreads out of the breast into the lymph nodes and to other parts of the body. It can spread anywhere. The interesting thing is, if you have a spot in your liver and they biopsy it, it will actually show up as breast cancer. So when we talk about breast cancer death, we don't really say it's from metastatic breast cancer, but it certainly is from metastatic breast cancer. So Susan G. Komen has a bold goal that in the next 9 years, we are going to reduce breast cancer death by 50%.
And one of the ways that Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California, is going to do that is mobile mammography.
Absolutely.
Is what I heard. And
we're fortunate that we have a mobile mammographer, Life-Saving Images, that's in the Central Valley, and, you know, they can go northern, southern, central, wherever their little bus takes them. And it's not a little bus. It's a beautiful, large mammography coach. But we do know that we can educate all day long. But the problem is, if you don't supply access to breast cancer screening right then and there, you lose your audience. So this is what is going to help us reduce our breast cancer death in the Northern and Central California affiliate.
Early detection, making it convenient. And that's what's nice about this mobile clinic, if you will. It rolls right up to a business, and maybe everybody in the business can be able to be screened.
It can service businesses where they're covered by insurance. Our goal is to hit the underserved. So we try to partner with federally qualified health centers who can help us enroll women in Every Woman Counts, which is 40 and over, that meet the income criteria, or if they're symptomatic and meet the income criteria, under the age of 40. So we personally haven't been involved with a business endeavor, but we have been involved with working with an FQHC, where many of their database even comes in because it's time for their mammogram. The beauty about this bus also is it can go into rural areas where there is no mammography equipment. Also, we have someone that speaks Spanish, so that assists, in the language barrier.
So, and a lot of times I'm sure this happens all the time, where the mobile clinic will show up and someone gets their mammogram right on site, they probably could go to their provider and they can make an appointment. Well, we know everybody gets busy and everybody puts that off. And what's nice is it's very convenient, I would say. And it probably, like you said, is going to reduce early detection. It'll create early detection and people will get checked more often than just putting it off.
Right. And we've seen a pattern in where we've done underserved mobile mammography and education initiatives that some of these women have never been screened. Some of these women haven't been screened within the last 5 years. I personally was screened every single year, but had I not been screened at the age of 45 and gone a year, I would have been in metastatic. I had a very aggressive, fast-growing tumor. So I'm basically a poster child for early detection.
So on Sunday, October 1st, Race for the Cure. And Survivor Ceremony is a beautiful thing. We talked about it's a certified track and field run for the runners that come in, 5K, and also a fitness walk. And you can even do sleep in for the cure. You can sleep in and still register and be a part of it.
They still get a T-shirt and everything.
So you don't have to be a marathon runner. Anybody can be involved. Volunteers, very important. We're looking for volunteers. I know all the time, every year, it gets harder and harder to find good volunteers to come out and help with Race for the Cure. Marianne is a volunteer and a survivor, and we have her in studio. Talk to me about survivor or volunteers, how important that is for the race.
Well, we definitely need race for packet drop-off. We need volunteers to help pack packets for both Lisa, for teams, for regular registration. Race day setup, definitely, and race day tear down. We need people around the 5K at the water stops. I mean,
and how does someone get involved? Call the number, go to the website?
They go to Get Involved, volunteer, and then Lisa has several things up there. There's a volunteer application. After they fill that out, then they can go ahead and fill out where they'd like to work for the race.
And all those options are there on the website.
All those options, all those shifts, all those times.
And the website to do that for a volunteer?
Komen, NCCalifornia.org.
So volunteers, Marianne, she's a volunteer, and introduce our guest.
Lance, this is Marianne Rogozinski. She has been a friend of Komen for many, many years. And we did recruit her this year, not for just her survivor skills, but because she's helping us with volunteer recruitment and volunteer placement.
Okay, so Marianne, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
So, Marianne, you were diagnosed.
I was diagnosed in 2005. I was lucky enough to be diagnosed with my annual mammogram. So a mammogram saved my life.
Saved your life.
Saved my life.
And was there someone that encouraged you to do that?
No, I always was one to get an annual exam, and that's what I try to tell people when I meet them in the community. It's so important for you to get your annual exam, do your monthly check as well as your annual mammogram, because it could save your life.
Could save you, and you hear about those stories all the time.
All the time, unfortunately.
And unfortunately, the other side, where someone doesn't get checked.
Yes, unfortunately, I've met several who let it slip. I have other important things. I don't want to take the day off from work. Those kinds of things. But it's important. It could save your life. So
you're on the radio right now, sitting, listening to Business Leaders Live, and you're going, that's me, and I need to do that. And you can. You can call the number at Komen. You can go on their website. You can find out where the mobile clinic's going to be next. I know it's going to be at Fresno County, and we're going to have the mobile clinic roll up there, and you can be a part of where that mobile clinic goes, and they don't turn anybody away. And we encourage with Komen all the time, early detection is what helps. So you have to go out and get screened and get checked. Marianne, what are you looking forward to for Sunday, October 1st? What does that day mean to you every year?
It's overwhelming. Once the ceremony starts, it's very emotional. The first time I was involved, I bawled like a baby when I saw all the women. I'd never cried before that, even during my diagnosis. That it was just overwhelming. It was overwhelming because there were so many women, too many women that were affected, and it broke my heart. And that's pretty much when I decided to be a volunteer. And
you were going to get involved.
And get involved.
Get involved with the race for the
important.
Important to you.
And very.
It's almost like it's a sisterhood. I hear all the time that word, a sisterhood. When we come back, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back. We have the executive director of Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California, calling in here shortly. But we'll talk to Marianne a little more, and Lisa and Sharon right here on Business Leaders Live. We're talking about the big race for the cure coming up on Sunday, October 1st. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
At an early age, I lost a brother due to a heroin overdose. I was the cause of that overdose, and to cover it up, I turned to alcohol. I did blame myself.
People become homeless for many reasons. At the Fresno Rescue Mission, men and women find hope. Just like Michael, they discover common ground.
Some of the young men that are there in the program with me, I feel like they're the sons that I never had. We have a lot of the same goals, even though we come from different backgrounds.
You can make a difference today in the life of a man, woman, or child for just $1.76, the cost of a warm, nutritious meal. You can help someone find hope and real answers to cope with their pain. To make your donation, call the Fresno Rescue Mission at 268-0839 or go online to fresnorm.org. Together, we are changing lives.
Without God helping me along that way and getting me back to where I should have been all along, it wouldn't have been possible. So it was a blessing for me.
When it comes to guiding you to and through a successful retirement, at Financial Engines, what we don't do is almost important as what we do. We don't work on a commission. We don't judge. We don't tell you what we think you want to hear. And at Financial Engines, we don't use confusing financial speak or take a one-size-fits-all approach to financial planning. So what do? We start with your goals, your dreams, and your fears. We create your personalized path to the retirement you deserve. At Financial Engines, our advisors are equipped with more resources to help you achieve your goals. And right now, for a limited time, get a free portfolio review with an experienced local advisor when you visit financialengines.com or call today. Get your free portfolio review today and see what we can do for you.
This is John Sayers with Financial Engines in Fresno and Visalia. Let's talk about the financial goals that are important to you, and together we'll develop a plan to help make them happen. Call me at 559-434-9800 or visit financialengines.com.
One name, 9 locations, the lowest prices anywhere in the valley, with the highest quality furniture. It's Serrano's Furniture. The Serrano's Furniture Galleries are family-owned and operated right here in Central California for over 30 years, giving you top-name brands like Legacy, Parker House, and Klausner. The best prices on America's #1 rated mattresses like Serta, Simmons, and the iComfort Sleep System. Before you buy your furniture online, which comes to your home unassembled, visit a Serrano's Furniture Gallery near you. Serrano strives to give you exceptional customer service as well as giving you the best price and best value. Serrano's Furniture in Fresno, Visalia, Hanford, Porterville, Madera, Tulare, Bakersfield, Delano, and Dinuba. This is the big one, the largest furniture retailer in the valley, Serrano's. For monthly specials, visit serranosfurnituregalleries.com.
You're part of a growing business. You need to hire, but not just any candidates. You need the right candidates. You need powerful tools to find the right fit for the job, and you need tools that are easy to use. That's where Indeed.com comes in. Indeed's advanced algorithm uses the specific details from your job listing to position your job post where more relevant candidates will find it. The right candidates. Screener questions help you zero in on the best talent, while sort and filter tools keep your recruitment organized. It's no surprise an independent study shows there are 5 times more hires made through Indeed than any other job site. More hires than the rest combined. And right now we're giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job, boosting your listing in relevant search results and helping you find qualified candidates faster. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Giving you the inside story of business leaders in the valley and beyond. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Hello, everybody. We're talking about the big race for the cure that's coming down. It's invading downtown Fresno on Sunday, October 1st, when the Pink Sea arrives at the Chukchansi Park. The partners, the Fresno Grizzlies, help and assist Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California. It's a beautiful morning on that October first date in downtown Fresno. In studio, I have Sharon, Marianne, and also Lisa. And Kelly McMillan from Sacramento is also on the line. We'll be talking to her shortly. But Marianne, how important is it? What would you tell a woman that's listening to this program, or a man, maybe he's working in the office thinking about his wife right now, has she got it checked? How important is it to get that done?
It's extremely important. I'd like to remind every woman to please do your monthly exam. Please get your annual mammogram. If the doctor says you're too young to have one, insist that you need one, especially if you have a family background. It's just so important, and if you have to be your own advocate, you have to fight for yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself.
You have to step up and do it for yourself.
You have to step and do it.
And there's 4 steps to breast self-awareness. If any of your listeners would like a copy of that, they can certainly call our office and we'll get it either emailed out or mailed out. But they're very important. That's what helps you be an advocate of your own health. The first one is know your risk. You should know what your family history is to see if you might have an increased risk for breast cancer. Get screened. We are still recommending that women of average risk get screened at age 40 and yearly after. And if you're under the age of 40 and you are of higher risk, sometimes the mammogram isn't the test. Sometimes it's an ultrasound. But getting screened is important to talk to your doctor about what's appropriate for you. Know what's normal for you. So you need to know what your breasts both look and feel like on a monthly basis. Report any changes to your healthcare provider. And then the last one is make healthy lifestyle choices.
And healthy lifestyle choices, from fitness to eating right, it makes a difference. Good
nutrition, absolutely. It all plays a role.
Is it known, too, that high cholesterol or fatty foods or anything like that, is there a connection to that?
I don't know about a connection to actual breast cancer, but, when our bodies are not fit, that's not a good breeding ground for any type of cancer.
Yeah.
And also, if our bodies are not fit and we have cancer, it's a little bit harder to recover.
So in studio, I have Sharon, Marianne, and Lisa, and we're talking about the big Central Valley Race for the Cure. And recently, 2 affiliates have joined together and become the Susan G. Komen Northern and Central California. So there's a big race up in Sacramento, and that's in the spring. And there's a big race here in October, and that one's coming up Sunday, October 1st. And on the line, I have the Executive Director of Susan G. Komen Northern and Central California, Kelly McMillan. Kelly, welcome to Business Leaders Live.
Thank you, and good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Great.
You having beautiful weather up there in Sacramento?
Yeah, finally, it's cooling off throughout the whole central area. So in Northern California, we're finally getting some cool weather, which is nice, which is great because we have a big race coming up in Fresno, and we want it to be nice weather.
Exactly. We want some nice weather. Talk about the merge in the 29 counties now that we serve, and sort of an overall picture of Susan G. Komen Northern Central California.
Thanks, Lance. So it's pretty exciting. We had the opportunity to merge our Central Valley affiliate with the Fresno affiliate, and then expand our service area to 29 counties throughout Northern and Central California. We're probably even going to expand even further down the line. And the reason that we did that was to be more efficient, to be more cost-effective with the hard-earned dollars that we raise and the community gives to us, but also to serve a very high-needs community. There are some late-stage diagnosis happening within these counties that weren't being served by Komen before, and now they are. We currently serve, with this merge, over 3.2 million women. And
wow.
Unfortunately, we'll see about 4,000 cases in our service area.
You were talking about those underserved areas, so sometimes in those rural communities, and I know one specifically, we met with a city manager not too long ago, and like everybody knows that I'm very intimately involved with Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California, but we met with a city manager and also a county supervisor in Jackson, California, and it's those areas like that where a community is very far from services sometimes, or just as in a rural area and they don't get to services properly.
Absolutely. We have many areas in California that don't have a way to get a mammogram, or once they're diagnosed, they may not have a place to get treatment. And so when you're in a rural community, travel becomes an issue, and access to quality care becomes an issue. So we have prioritized, because we have such a large service area, and we work really hard to raise our money. We want to make sure the money's going to the areas that need it the most. And so we prioritize those counties, and we're working with them to bring in mobile mammography screening, as Sharon was talking about earlier, and also to bring in education and bring awareness. Because of that meeting that we had up in the city of Jackson, and Amador County realizes that they are one of the highest in breast cancer mortality, they are now taking action, and they're bringing, the city's passing a proclamation to declare action and to declare education and to take action. They want a screening unit coming up on a regular basis. And so the work that Komen does in the grassroots level and the advocacy really has an impact. And we are a grassroots organization. Our funding is grassroots. We don't take state, federal, and local money. It all comes from the community. And that's why these races are so important, because it's the community servicing the community and saving lives in the community.
Absolutely. One of the things, and we've got about a minute before we have to take a short break, Kelly, but the state is recognizing Metastatic Breast Cancer Day. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, so Komen works really hard in the advocacy front. We have a collaborative of all the affiliates in the state of California. We've passed legislation. We've been advocating for our Every Woman Counts program every year. And this year, we actually have a resolution by Assemblyman Lucila Garcia, ACR 131, who just passed the Senate. And it's a resolution recognizing Metastatic Cancer Day, which is October 13th in the state of California. And what that gives us is the opportunity to talk about it more, to provide the education, to understand how important early detection is. And the fact that the state legislature is taking that on is huge for us. And Garcia has a very passionate commitment to her community of Hispanic women, who we also know we have to serve in our communities as well.
Kelly,
the late-stage diagnosis in that community is very high.
Great stuff. Hey, we have to take a short break. Stay with us, Kelly. We'll be right back with more Business Leaders Live. We're talking about the Central Valley Race for the Cure coming up October 1st. We'll be right back.
It's professional boxing at the Valdez Hall, next to the Cell Arena, Saturday, September 23rd. The main event featuring Fresno's own Mike Ruiz Jr., ranked 13th by the North American Boxing Federation and North American Boxing Association, versus Jonathan Torres from Guadalajara, Jalisco. Also, 7 more exciting boxing matches featuring top-ranked Valley stars, Joe Lopez and Isidro Ochoa, plus Fresno's best, Hector Madera, Julia Lopez, Jose Leon, Jose Salinas, and Madera's own Jesus Sanchez. Special guests of honor, our own Valley Olympian Jose Ramirez, and 5-time world champion Timothy Bradley. Doors open at 6 p.m., showtime at 7 p.m. Tickets now on sale for the best seats available. Buy your tickets now at Cell Arena's box office and Ticketmaster. Come out and support our Valley Boxers. For more information, call 559-233-8803. It's all or nothing. It's todo or nada. Saturday, September 23rd at the Valdez Hall next to Cell Arena. Sponsored by Serrano's Furniture with 9 locations to serve you.
What can happen when your calling becomes your career? Just about anything. Because Fresno Pacific University is creating every possibility that God makes possible. The career you never dreamed you'd be capable of. The life you always imagined for yourself. The future you didn't expect might be yours. Learn your limits and discover that you have none. This is what's possible. Fresno Pacific University.
It's time for The Legal Edge, a look at your rights as a Christian, a parent, and a citizen. And now, with a look at what's happening on the legal front, the president of the Pacific Justice Institute, Brad Dacus.
PGI has been running the race and defending freedom for 20 years. As we reflect on all God has done through PGI over the past 2 decades, we are grateful and humbled to continue the extremely important work of protecting religious liberty, parental rights, and the sanctity of human life. To celebrate, we will be hosting the Celebration of Justice on October 28th at the Disney's Grand California Hotel. This will be a festive and unforgettable evening you won't want to miss. For more information on the Celebration of Justice, head to pji.org. For Pacific Justice Institute, I'm Brad Dacus.
To find out more about The Legal Edge, call 916-857-6900 or log on at pacificjustice.org.
The Legal Edge is brought to you by Larry Holliday at RBC Wealth Management.
This is Hugh Hewitt for Larry Holliday and the Holiday Diaz team at RBC Wealth Management. When thinking about retirement, most of us have questions such as how many years before I can retire? How much money do I need to retire? How will I pay for my later years in life? At RBC Wealth Management, they can help answer those questions and design a customized plan to meet your specific financial goals. If you have any questions about retirement, call Larry Holliday at RBC Wealth Management, 559-447-8213, 559-447-8213.
RBC Wealth Management is a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA.
I've got a fever, and the only cure is more laughter. Hi, this is Ed Kazmarek with Fresno Madera Youth for Christ, inviting you to join us on Thursday, October 12th at New Covenant Church for an evening to remember. It's the YFC Comedy Cafe featuring nationally known comedian Ken Davis. Enjoy laughter, coffee, and dessert with your friends while supporting Youth for Christ. Tickets are $25 each, or purchase a table of 10 for $2.50. Visit yfcnow.org for tickets and sponsorship and get your laugh on.
Life doesn't stop for car trouble, work, school, dentist appointments, the workout you wouldn't mind skipping. Our cars connect us to our lives, so wouldn't it be reassuring to know that our cars are up to the job? Enter Hum by Verizon, the technology that connects you to your car. Now you can check your car's health from your phone with vehicle diagnostics. Get advice on the go with a certified mechanics hotline. And if Hum detects a collision, it can send help automatically with 24/7 emergency assistance. Get Hum and get where you're going. Learn more at hum.com.
Giving you the inside story of business leaders in the Valley and beyond. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Make sure you join us every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. for Business Leaders Live, bringing you our local business leaders and our business leaders from around the world. And on the phone from Sacramento, Kelly McMillan, the Executive Director of Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California. We're talking about Sunday, October 1st. It's the Central Valley Race for the Cure. It's going to be at Chukchansi Park in downtown Fresno, a beautiful morning with survivors, and just a great walk and run and Kids for the Cure, and we'll get into that a little more. Lisa's going to talk to us about that a little later. I have Mary Ann, a survivor, in studio, and also Sharon with Susan G. Komen, Northern Central California. Kelly, you're still on the phone. We were talking about the 29 counties and how we're getting into those underserved areas, those rural areas, but talk to me about your involvement and what AB 1795, what that means with our state.
Sure. As I had mentioned, we have a very strong advocacy effort. We have been known nationally since the beginning of our organization in 1982 as a strong advocacy effort for breast cancer patients and treatment and services, and also programs that provide for those that don't have the resources. And one of those important programs is the National Breast Cancer and Cervical Treatment Program. And in California, we have a matching program called the Every Woman Counts. For years, we advocate for that to make sure that funding is there, because what that program does is provide screening and then treatment for women who don't have insurance or who are underinsured. It also serves the undocumented, which, of course, is a huge issue for us in the Central Valley area, and there's a lot of need, and we need to be providing these services. In 2016, we were approached by someone who runs the program and told us that, did you know we're not covering reoccurrence with this Every Woman Counts program? So in other words, if you had been diagnosed, you didn't have insurance, you qualified for the program, it paid for your funding, and 5 years later your breast cancer came back, the program didn't cover it, which didn't make any sense at all.
When it occurs that way quite often, correct? It could reoccur.
Yes.
Yeah,
reoccurrence does happen, unfortunately. And so the other thing is that the program's called Every Woman Counts, but yet it was servicing 40 and up. So we worked with the Speaker of the House at the time, Tony Atkins, and the Senate Health and Assembly Health, and we wrote this legislation and passed it, and the governor signed it. And what it did was, first of all, stop the reoccurrence. So if you are a reoccurrence, you are covered again under the program, because we have to cover you. We have to save your life. And the other thing is that, as Sharon mentioned earlier, it opens it up for the under 40s. And it also brings awareness. You know, so many people out in these rural communities or in areas where they don't have funding, they don't have insurance, think that there's no help for them, and so they don't get their services. We need to educate and tell them there are programs out there for them that can pay for their screening and pay for their treatment if they're diagnosed. And then, as Sharon mentioned, the navigation piece all the way through the continuum of care. And so our job at Komen is to educate. That yes, there's services out there for you. Yes, we can bring a mobile mammography to you. Yes, we can provide the access to treatment and support services as well as you go through it. That's one of our tenets, is to make sure that, because breast cancer is very expensive, and we want to make sure that there's financial assistance for patients as well.
So, and Sharon and also Kelly on this, that's why the race in Sacramento in the spring and the race here in Fresno coming up on Sunday, October 1st, is so important to be involved with, because that's one of the largest fundraising efforts for Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California. Is that correct?
That's correct, Lance. The community involvement is what helps us determine how many people we can serve. So that's why community involvement is so important.
And Kelly, and with it's a bigger task now. There's two different races. Once a year, and I know how you ladies you look forward to that big day. It's like the Super Bowl or the World Series of your business and your industry, and you get ready for that and you gear up. Now you have two of them, Kelly. So, what does that mean to you, and how important is it to be involved on Sunday, October 1st here in Fresno?
Well, I think it's exciting because we've got a long history. I mean, it's the 21st race in Fresno.
19th anniversary, right?
Sorry, I'm adding.
You're adding.
22nd in Sacramento. We've been doing this for a long time, and it's a true community event. I mean, it's important that we have identity throughout our whole service area. I mean, our funding is from the community. As I said before, we don't take state and federal money, and every dollar matters. And, if you've been touched by breast cancer, you know how awful this disease is. This is your opportunity to give back and to make a difference, not just for the survivors that are here now, but remembering those that we've lost, and also fight for our future generations. I don't want my daughters to go through breast cancer. I saw my grandmother, my aunt, my best friend. It's just devastating. And I want to make sure that we eradicate breast cancer forever. And I know you talked earlier about the local money. Yes, the money that we raise stays here. The only money that goes to local goes to research. And the research affects us as well.
And
so the money
that's that 25%, right, Kelly? 25% goes to research, 75% stays right here in your community, funding programs.
Absolutely. And again, the research is key. As we mentioned, the big, bold goal, the way we're going to reduce mortality is to focus on research on those aggressive and metastatic breast cancers and detecting it earlier, and, of course, working with health disparities. And the research is an important part of that.
So someone's listening, and they're in their office, or they're just going about their day, and they're thinking about their wife, their sister, their daughter, and go out and get checked, but also get involved. And the best way to get involved is to register for the race on Sunday, October 1st. Contact the office. We only got about a minute, and we got a short segment at the end of the program. We'll talk about the race and how to get involved, but they get involved with October 1st. But Sharon, real quickly, how does someone get involved? They want a mobile clinic. They want to have some involvement or be able to support this organization.
Well, we would ask that they get involved with the race. Their participation in the race, again, helps us save lives. Fundraising is key. If you fundraise or self-donate $25, you get a sticker on your bib. If you donate $125 to yourself, there's a cape that we give that says More Than Pink. So helping yourself and helping others through donations and getting people to donate on your behalf.
Thank you, Sharon. Get involved. In studio, I've got Sharon, Marianne, and Lisa. We're going to wrap up here in the studio. Thank you, Kelly, for calling in from Sacramento with Susan G. Komen, Northern and Central California. We appreciate you. We'll be right back.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Kelly. And we'll be right back with the tail end here of Business Leaders Live.
This is Colonel Denny Gillen, the host of Frontlines of Freedom, your military talk radio show. ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi appears to be still alive, a top U.S. military commander said, contradicting Russia's claims that it probably killed the top counter-terror target months ago. Do I believe he's still alive? Yes, said Army Lieutenant General Stephen Townsend, who commands the coalition forces fighting ISIS in Iraq and Syria, referring to al-Baghdadi. Townsend did not elaborate on the intelligence. Russian officials said in June there was a high probability that Baghdadi died in a Russian airstrike on the outskirts of Raqqa, Syria, a month earlier. Townsend said our forces are still actively searching for al-Baghdadi. If they find him, they probably will kill him rather than capture him, he said. You know, folks, we can't believe Russia, and we should kill Baghdadi. Thank you for joining me for A Minute with the Colonel. Stay tuned for Front Lines of Freedom, heard every Saturday afternoon at 3 on AM 1680, The Answer.
Every day, Poverello House serves 1,600 meals to homeless men and women and families in Fresno County. That's equivalent to one meal for each person at a sold-out Save Mart Center concert. And we've been doing it all with the warehouse and operations center that has seen much better days. Hello, this is Cruz Avila, Executive Director for the Poverello House. Help us raise the roof and fund the construction of a new fully insulated warehouse at Poverello. Together, let's build something that will have a profound impact on our community. Donate today by visiting www.poverellohouse.org or call us at 498-6988.
Are you a Christian voter in the Valley who cares about social issues? Are you excited and a little nervous about the Trump presidency and what it might mean for issues like abortion? Well, if you said yes, then by golly, have I got a show for you. Tune in to Right to Life Radio with me, John Girardi, Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. right after Jim Franklin Live. We'll give you the latest news on what's happening in the pro-life movement nationwide, throughout the state of California, and even here locally. Again, that's Right to Life Radio on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1680, The Answer.
Giving you the inside story of business leaders in the Valley and beyond. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Welcome back, everybody. In studio, I have Sharon, Marianne, and Lisa. We're talking about Sunday, October 1st. It's the Central Valley Race for the Cure, and it's time for everybody to get involved and come out to this beautiful event. Lisa, talk to me a little bit about race. Teams can still get involved. You got some time?
Yes, teams consists of 10 or more people, can be friends and family, corporate, company, or organization are 3 different categories. And registration online does close tomorrow at 11:59 p.m., but you do have time.
And they go to the website.
They can go to KomenNCCalifornia.org and click on register, and it will take you to form a team.
And that's just teams. So if you just want to register to come out, walk with your family, you can do that as well, leading up to the race?
Yes, and you can still mail those in if you have a hard copy. It is they need to be postmarked September 25th or online.
And everybody can go to the website
yes,
and they can
and
get
all
those
this
details.
Information's up there.
And Kids for the Cure. So you can bring your kids out and have a great time.
There's a special area for Kids for the Cure. We have some new surprises this year. So they can actually walk with their family if the family's doing the 5K walk at 9:30, and then they come back at 10:30 as Kids for the Cure. All the kids this year will be receiving a medal, and again, we have some other little surprises for them.
Good stuff. Last year it was a little funky. Last minute, it was the first time coming downtown. Mm-hmm. There was a little bit of, for the walk, you didn't get to go on the route where the runners are.
Right.
This year, you actually get to go where the runners are. So the runners lead, and then the walkers, it sounds like a group of zombies. But then the walkers, then they walk the course and they come back to the park.
How about that?
We only got about 30 seconds. Marianne, I think you would say, come volunteer.
Come volunteer, and I just encourage all survivors to sign up and come out and be with other survivors. And it's a sisterhood. They'll love it.
And Sharon, it's very near and dear to your heart, this event, and they need to come support it.
Absolutely. And for the survivors, there is a special medal this year to commemorate 2017.
Wow. The medals are online. I've saw them. They're beautiful.
Yes, they're
you can go
gorgeous.
Online. So, everybody, thank you for joining us here. This show is very near and dear to my heart. It's very important. It's the Race for the Cure, Sunday, October 1st. Get involved. Go to the website, and you can get this show later today at lancecardoza.com and all the past shows of Business Leaders Live. We'll talk to you next week right here.
In the future, your home's energy footprint is going to be much smaller than it is today. Energy efficiency and green building programs combined with government incentives and private ingenuity will reduce your energy consumption anywhere from 20 to 40%. Green is good, and it will save you money.
Our family at Donald P. Dick, your locally owned and operated heating and air conditioning company, and proud to be the People's Choice Award winner, 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 the People's Choice Award winner,